All right. Hi, Gian Carlo, and hello everybody who is watching Soundgate's radio YouTube channel. We are here. We are with talking. I'm talking. My name is Rita Board, and I'm talking to Gian Carlo today. Psychic medium, amazing person with such a beautiful soul and. I'm talking to Gian Carlo. Sure. That's more than one me. And of course, he's going to answer your questions. And we'll talk a bit about Soul Healing Academy. First of all, let me show John and hello, so everybody can see you.
Hi, everyone.
Well, first of all, I want to say that John is going through the difficult time emotionally and physically in any ways. So, and we want to support you as much as we can because of transition of your father. And of course, our hearts and souls are with you at this moment.
Thank you. Thank you. And, you know, I know that my dad is helping me, and the spirit world as well, the angels, the light beings, they're all there to sustain us. And this is very comforting. So, yes, thank you very much.
Well, maybe there is a message that you would like to share with everyone, maybe whose relatives are in a transition or already passed in a different world, in the spiritual world. What would be the easiest way, if there is the easiest way to take this transition?
Well, all that I can say that souls beyond human comprehension choose when to come in, when to pass away, and how to pass away. So, you know, many people ask questions of why certain things occur and why do people die later or die earlier. And it's not a question of people that die. It's not a question of death, because death doesn't really exist. This is just, what can I say, our way of seeing things with our mind, according to how we've been educated throughout society, through the existence of death as well. But it's just a transitional process, because, you know, our body in a certain way is like what can I say, a caterpillar that slowly becomes a cocoon. And once it becomes a cocoon, well, that means that the spirit is, or the soul, enlightened by the spirit, is ready to fly away like a butterfly, really. And what can I say? On human terms, it's difficult. It can be difficult to accept this condition, especially when we lose a relative or a person who is really, really close to us, because we have our emotions, of course. And, you know, as human beings, being with our emotions, you know, we have our moments of feeling weak. And of course, and this is the process of life, really. But of course, we really have to prove our emotions as well. It's okay to prove our emotions. It's okay to be sad and to be angry when certain things occur, because it's a way to understand that us as human beings are always capable of loving people, of loving our closest ones, our dearest ones. And this is, in a certain way, a way that love expresses itself as well, even through sadness, through the feeling of being abandoned as well, and that feeling of detachment. But certain processes, in the end, once we start to understand them, and once we start to accept, when we start to understand any acceptance, they help us to be wiser. It's a way to forge our soul, really. It's a way that Mother Nature, the universe, the cosmos, the source, helps us to forge our souls, and to really give value to life, and to really give value to ourselves, and to really appreciate and love life in every single instance of our existence. Okay, really. But what can I say? We have to understand that when souls pass away, they pass away. souls don't really need help or assistance to pass away. Maybe during that momentum in which the soul detaches itself from the body, maybe it may need some help in that momentum, because, you know, there's the fear to lose your physical state of being. There's the fear to detach yourself from the body. There's the fear, okay, that's still there, that last remnant of the ego that tries to pull the soul back into the body and keep the soul into the body. But once the body isn't capable of sustaining a soul, it's just, what can I say, a cocoon that isn't capable of sustaining the soul anymore. The soul just goes, and that's what it's all about. So, you know, once the soul leaves the body, it goes to the light. All souls go to the light. I don't believe in hell. I don't believe in purgatory, because there's no sense to believe in certain places, because the universe is based principally on love, on the power of love, unconditional love. And we are all sustained by this beautiful infinite power of love. And we all go back to that light. We all go back to this authentic self of being our infinite self in the end. And yes, of course, for who remains behind, it can be hard, of course. But, you know, once we understand this what can I say, this concept, okay, once we understand what I'm saying, okay, certain things, certain experiences, okay, this type of experience that we live on earth when we lose a dear one, well, this makes things more supportable, okay? It makes things more supportable and easier for us in the end, where we should truly understand that once a soul is in the light, that soul helps us. It's always beside our side, and the heart, connected to the mind, makes us portals that are constantly connected to the spirit world and to the angelical realm and to all the higher dimensional levels of existence. We are never, ever alone. Of course, you know, the ego wants us to see things in the materialistic perspective of life. We like to touch our relatives. We like to hug our relatives. We like to hug our dear ones, of course. See them, hear their voices with our ears, with our physical ears. But, you know, that's the ego. That's attachment, really. But within our hearts, and what our heart is trying to tell us to our mind, you know, there are many, many other levels of communication beyond our vision, beyond our physical hearing. And it's a question of feeling, and it's a question of trust. And once we trust what we feel from within, then we are communicating to life itself on a higher way. Then we are starting to communicate and to receive messages from the spirit world and from higher dimensions. And that's put in a very, very simple way, of course.
Right. That's a great message, and hopefully we can really be in it, in this energy of being with our close relatives or even friends or anybody who is.
Yes, of course.
So moving on. You already opened healing academy, Soul Healing Academy in Italy, and
Yes.
we are moving on to expose all of the knowledge that you're getting and channeling from spirit world and from all the dimensions, and expand to other countries and also online. So,
yes, of course.
Yeah, what is your vision on it?
Well, originally, the name of our academy was called La Scuola degli Angeli Cristallini in Italian, because it was born in a very particular place, in a very sacred and holy place called the Sacred of St. Michael, okay? Because the school, which is now an academy, was, what can I say, consecrated by the Archangel Michael. I remember when we done our first introduction and our very first workshop, it was done in a very powerful portal and sacred place called the Sacred of St. Michael in the north of Italy. And you can even Google it as well, La Sacra di San Michele, or the Sacred of St. Michael. And it's a beautiful place on the mountaintop, and it represents the element of the air, okay? St. Michael consecrated that place personally years ago, according to the antique legends, and that's where we made our first workshop. And that's where, what can I say, the academy was practically born. And from there on, it started to spread out. It started to spread out in all of Italy and Australia and parts of Europe. And now we're just spreading out practically in different places like Dubai, and we're starting to touch base even in USA. And what can I say? Then from the Scuola of the Angeli Cristallini, it changed its name to the Academy of the Crystalline Angels, okay? Mm-hmm. Because, you know, crystalline angels in reality means, what can I say, us going back to our blueprint, to our perfect blueprint as crystalline angels, crystalline beings, light beings, okay? So it was, what can I say, the metaphor to make us understand the scope of the academy, to bring all of us back to our original, perfect, cosmic blueprint. And then thereafter, we decided to change the name furtherly to the Soul Healing Academy. And why healing? It's not really a question of healing, but it's a question of reawakening, because the true nature of healing is reawakening. So it's the academy to reawaken our souls to our crystalline frequency, to our perfect blueprint, okay, to its perfect blueprint. And this is what it's all about. And what can I say? It's years and years and years of study and experience, because since my childhood, I've always been channeling, I've always been connected, and I've always been receiving information, heaps and heaps of information. And all the methods that we teach in the academy are all methods that have been channeled from the higher dimensions. Let's say that Michael founded the academy, the Archangel Michael, but the methods and the know-how of the academy and all what we teach comes from, what can I say, that archangel, which is the archangel of knowledge, which is known to be, what can I say, the divine intelligence, the super consciousness, or what can I say, the multidimensional paradigm of our intelligence, which is called the Archangel Metatron. And that denotes the nature of the academy as a metaphysical school, okay, which is practically the combination of science and spirituality put together. Of course, the more spiritual approach is managed by my wife Manuela, because she's more into angels and into the more, what can I say, etherical vision. And this is the feminine approach of spirituality, while there's the masculine approach of spirituality, perfectly combined with the spiritual, with the feminine approach of spirituality, which then puts in the more scientific perspective and combined together. Yes, we're talking about metaphysics, okay? So it's the result of years of experience of a metaphysical approach between the yin and the yang, the masculine perspective and the feminine perspective in total harmony. This gives, what can I say, this makes the school or the academy very special indeed and very unique. And it gives a sense of, what can I say, of an academy that is practically, I don't want to say complete, because nothing is really, we're always in a phase of understanding, but it just gives us the sensation of something that really maybe, what can I say, complete as an academy, even if complete is the wrong word, effectively, because, you know, we never stop learning. Methods keep arriving, we keep channeling, and it's always a learning process in the end, okay? And what can I say? We've decided to create the Soul Healing Academy in USA and combine it in two different approaches, online and, what can I say, direct in the class, because there are certain topics and certain methods that can perfectly be taught online, and there are certain methods and certain topics that are necessary to be taught directly, okay? So it's a combination of online online sessions and direct sessions directly in the class, one-on-one with the students, of course. And
right.
Yes. Sorry. And what can I say? What we teach in the academy is all what we channel, of course, okay? And the academy teaches a person to open up their channels, to become mediums, to be psychics, but to be metaphysics as well. Okay, so yes, it's very, very intense as well.
This is great. And is this? I need to get my headphones. I'm hearing echo.
Yes. Okay.
Is this for everyone, or you think people should have a specific talents, or everyone can open their talents during the
I was waiting for this question. I was really waiting for this question, because why? Because according to mine and Manuela's approach, we are all born with talents and gifts to discover. And the Soul Healing Academy gives the opportunity to anyone to reawaken themselves, to discover their talents and gifts. Gives the opportunity to all the students to blossom towards their perfect cosmic blueprint. Okay, so it's not a question of coming into the academy already having experience in meditations or other courses. You enter the academy as a soul. Okay, you enter the academy as a soul willing to recognize itself. We are the universe, so we are the cosmos, learning to understand itself and to know itself through the experience of time and space. We have to understand that the soul, in a certain way, already knows everything, so it's a reawakening process. So the academy is for any person. And I've even got my personal saying that, you know, to be a physicist, okay, you need to go to the uni, okay, to obtain a degree. But to be a metaphysicist, we all have this degree, and this is life. And this degree comes from the universe, you understand? And the Soul Healing Academy accompanies people to understand this concept and to truly open up their vision of their authentic self, that the heart always desires to show them inside their mind, where the heart is the portal, all the universe, all the cosmos, all of existence, it's there, all the knowledge. And this is the beauty of the Soul Healing Academy. And it is, what can I say? I can consider it a holistic academy of a new generation, okay? I've been having people coming to my courses and our schools that haven't done anything, haven't known anything. People who are totally trapped in their rational. And, you know, you could just see them blossoming, see the miracle of a soul reawakening itself right in front of your eyes, and start to see this person so trapped in its rational mind, what can I say, melting like ice under the sun, under the divine central sun of the consciousness of love, and see this person just reawakening itself with all his or her gifts and talents, and it's so amazing. It's really amazing. So I can say that the academy has the duration of one year, okay? But in this year, it's what can I say? I can call it a divine kickstart, okay? Mm-hmm. That this divine kickstart can really change the perspective of a person, the perspective of life. So I can say that it's for anyone, really, anyone who is really willing to step into, what can I say, the infinite void of the unknown called love, the authentic power of the universe, our authentic self, our infinite self.
That sounds very good. And we're gonna start in April with some free workshops, so people are everybody can stay tuned to a new announcement. After Gian and Manuela trip to Dubai, we'll connect again and we'll do more like introduction and free workshops for everyone. Yes. I have a question here from Joe, our friend Joe.
Yeah.
Who is looking for any message that you can give for him, because he feels little out of space and lost.
Okay, Joe. It's not that you're out of space and lost. It's just that you're living a transitional period of your life right now. And what can I say? It's the death of the it's the spiritual death of your old self and the opening up towards your new self, really. So you shouldn't be worried about this moment of your life, really, but just relax, stay calm, don't question yourself too much, especially don't question the past too much, and just embrace life the way for the way it is right now, knowing that you're going through a profound learning process to discover yourself in a totally new way. Okay, so what can I say? Don't focus yourself on the negativities. That's the ego trying to pull you back, but always stay focused on what's beyond the horizon, because this is you waiting for yourself. Okay, so trust. Never ever worry about what's going on right now. It's just a question of learning the mystery of non-attachment, okay? Because we are living in a world where now we really have to learn what non-attachment is all about. And that means, just cutting the old branches of what concerns our old life, our old existence, and permitting us to flourish towards a totally new vision. Of course, certain processes are beyond human comprehension, but it's a question of trust, okay? And letting go of the past, definitely.
Tracy ask if you have any messages of inspiration for her.
Message of inspiration. Well, Tracy, I believe that what I feel is that you should start to build up the enthusiasm, build up that authentic enthusiasm for life, okay, that you had since your childhood. It's a question of, what can I say, not being too rigid with yourself, not being too severe with yourself and as an adult, but discover, what can I say, your inner child and permit yourself to go through life in a more playful way, okay? Because, what can I say, it's as if you're permitting yourself to be bombarded too much from all sorts of external issues, maybe external issues concerning the family, concerning work, okay? And you're putting all those external issues on your shoulders, and all those external issues are what can I say, are covering your mind and covering the vision of your mind towards what your heart is telling you to do, okay? So what can I say? Have the courage to dilute the expectations of excuse me. Have the courage to dilute the expectations of other people. Understand what you truly expect from yourself, and don't take all these external issues too seriously. And what can I say? Believe in your creativity, in your creative part as well, because I believe that you've got a beautiful creative power within yourself that can truly make the difference in your life and make you explore life in a far wider way, in your own way, instead of moving through life according to what other people want from you or according to how other people want to see you. Okay?
Joseanne, I'll try to read it right. There, it looks like it's more like sometimes Italian words, but as I understand, she's when we channeling, how we can make sure aim the energy that it's angel for sure.
All that I can say that when we channel, we have to be certain that all that we channel comes from love, comes from the source, okay? There are many people, what can I say, that have, what can I say, a distorted vision of what channeling is all about. And there's lots of rumors that generates fear upon channeling, be careful of certain energies and blah, 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 blah. Well, this is just the result of us being the worst enemy of ourselves in the end. We should always understand that the worst enemy is ourselves. And when we are trapped into this paradigm, of course, we're overpowered by the ego that gives us such, what can I say, a pessimistic vision of the universe, the cosmos, and gives us a distorted vision of what spirituality is all about. If you go to see Hollywood movies, for an example, it's just, what can I say, forget about it, okay? I can clearly say that the higher dimensions and let's talk about the spiritual realm, for an example. is far, 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 far more peaceful than this actual world in which we live in. We have to be, if we have to be afraid of something, we have to be afraid of something in this world, but not from the spirit world, because this world is driven by human fear. It's driven by the ego, okay? But what concerns the spirit world is just peace, unconditional love. And the energy that comes from the spirit world, for example, sustains us and drives us and helps us to go beyond this historical fear that gives us a distorted vision of life and makes life, what can I say, a historical mess. Okay? So what can I say? It's just a question of total trust and letting things flow, knowing that all comes from the source, which is love in the end. And this is the key. It's so simple, but we make things so complicated because we create concepts that has nothing to do in reality with the spirit world. Fear has nothing to do with the spirit world. Pain has nothing to do with the spirit world. And what can I say? Even all sorts of negative sensations has nothing to do with the spirit world. The spirit world is only a question of love. Even the souls that come from the spirit world, they just look at us and say, why are you frightened? There's no sense to be frightened. Okay, that's an example. It's us. It's us, you understand? So we really have to look inside of ourselves to discover the origins of our shadows, to understand that the shadow is just a little frightened child, frightened of life, trapped in the body of an adult.
All right. Question from Francis. Is there any messages for her?
Okay, well, the first thing that comes to my mind is hope, okay? Well, what can I say, Francis? Stop hoping, but start acting, okay? Because the more you hope, the more you wait, and the more you wait, the more you hope, and what can I say? You're just there sitting down, glancing at the universe that doesn't change around you because you have to act, okay? It's a bit like the metaphor of the yogi that spends all his life on top of the mountain meditating, and when he looks down to the village under the mountain and sees the society in the town, he sees that things haven't changed, and he's still there wondering when things will change while he is meditating for the people down there on top of the mountain. The yogi has to go down the mountain with all his knowledge, with all his beautiful energy of love from all his life experience of meditation, to be the change that he wants to be in society and to mirror this change towards other people that then sees him as a fundamental lesson to change in the end. So it's a question of acting in life, okay? Open your heart. Don't be frightened to live your life according to how you feel from within yourself, because this is the key. We have to understand that simply being ourselves doesn't mean that we should be understood by everyone. We may meet contradictions, we may meet people that don't understand us simply because we are ourselves. But what really matters is understanding ourselves, knowing that we are perfect the way we are, and we're okay the way we are. And this is the key to attract what we truly need in life in the end. And to be a lesson towards those who contradict us or do not understand us, because we are simply mirroring what they fear to see from within themselves, okay?
Do you remember this cat?
Yes, what's happened?
He has not been found. Do you feel where is she now? Any news? Any news from her?
I think that the cat is with the family.
Okay, all right. Okay, that sounds good.
I feel that it's with the family because they found it and they kept it.
Anything for Gladys?
For Gladys?
Yes.
Okay, Gladys. What can I say? The first thing that comes to my mind when I see Gladys is a little child playing under the moon. Okay? You're taking things too seriously lately, Gladys. Okay? And you're permitting, what can I say, certain contradictions of other people to pull you down a bit. But you should understand that your mission is a divine mission, you understand, and your energy is so pure, it's so beautiful, it's so, what can I say? It's a motherly energy, okay? And not all people are ready to receive this yet. But just continue to be the way you are and don't ever have doubts upon what you do, okay? I know that you're living a moment in which you're questioning yourself whether you're on the right track or not on the right track, but it's not me to tell you that if you're on the right track or on the wrong track. You should understand, but all that I can say that you should believe in your pureness. And what can I say? In this energy of yours that makes you who you are, a high priestess, okay, of Isis. Understand this. And that means being responsible for yourself as well. You know, the holistic environment can be tough sometimes because, you know, the ego is everywhere, everywhere. And when the ego encounters people who are pure like you, of course the ego attacks because, you know, certain people see in you what they desire to be, okay, on energetical level. But it's not your issue. You're just mirroring what they should understand from within to really believe in their pureness, okay? So keep going, keep going, keep going.
Well, that's a great message. I guess it's for the most of us, and I love the thing that comes to mind, don't give up.
Yes, of course, never. Because, you know, we're here for a divine reason. And, you know, each one of us has our mission, has our scope, but we have to understand one thing. Our mission is life, to experiment life, okay? Many people come to me and ask me, what is my mission? Of course, I can't give them a reply because that's a question that only their soul knows. The mission is life, and it's up to us to give our own free interpretation of life and how to, what can I say, and how to manifest and live it in the end. And this is the mission, okay? If a person is, what can I say, cleaning the streets, for an example, and that person comes to me and tells me, what's my mission in life? All I can say is that looking at his soul, I can just give him clues, tell him his gifts, his hidden gifts and talents, because I read the soul, of course. But his actual experience is part of his mission because the soul is living this experience. But once the person starts to discover, what can I say, the deepest aspects of his soul, to truly believe in his gifts and his talents, and then, of course, the paradigm of his mission starts to change and he enters a reawakening process. And through this reawakening process, he's mastering time and space according to his personal vision of life that he is manifesting. And then suddenly, bang, he's created his own dimension. So that's what it's all about.
Yes.
We just need starts.
Margaret, anything for Margaret?
Anything for Margaret? I can say that, Margaret, in this moment, for you, it's very important to have a strong connection with your element, which is the earth, the nature, because I feel that you've got a strong shaman energy within you, and you have a very strong connection with the elements of the earth, the ground, and the animals as well. So I believe that it's a moment for you to regenerate yourself in the nature because you've been giving too much lately to other people. Okay, and other people were taking all that you were giving for granted lately, and you're feeling a bit drained. So you have to go back to yourself. You have to go back to the nature, isolate yourself, turn off that cell phone, go away for a few days, and you don't even have to tell people where you're going. You don't have to justify yourself, okay? Because it's a question of putting yourself back into your power and deciding you when to give and when not to give. So understand that there's a time to say yes in life and a time to say even no. But this is the moment for you to say no, of course, okay? Because we have to learn to take care of ourselves.
Yes, thank you. Ladies, ask about any feelings about oh, it's hard to pronounce name, Krizia, Krizia. That's the name of the person. She just separated from her husband.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Krizia, I don't know, is it Italian name?
Can she write it in English?
She did, Krizia.
Crisia? Is it
Mm-hmm.
crisis?
Crisis, yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, let me connect to her energy. What can I say? The waves of the sea come and the waves of the sea go. Okay? And each wave that has come and gone has been observed. Okay? Like you've been all your life sitting in front of the waves of the sea like a little child. This is a metaphor that I'm saying. You've been seeing these waves coming and going, and the waves of this infinite ocean has been bringing you objects, precious gifts, and notions of to give you a clue of who you are now. Okay, but now it's time to leave the coast of an old life. It's behind your back, and you're facing that ocean now. And now you're starting to walk in through the waves. You're starting to trust this ocean instead of just looking at those waves coming forward and backwards. You're walking into these waves, and you just have to let go now and let the waves take you wherever it has to take you. Follow your heart without guilt. Okay? You've made a decision. It's a question of respecting yourself. Okay? Just follow your heart without guilt, knowing that any decision that you take according to how you truly feel from within is the right decision for yourself. Let yourself go in this ocean of life, which is taking you somewhere else now, okay? And I'm sure that positive things will happen further down the track. But what can I say? I know that it's a difficult moment. There's lots of emotions going on right now. But don't put responsibilities that don't belong to you on your shoulders, okay? Each one should be responsible for themselves. Be responsible for your choice. Trust your heart. That's the only compass that you can trust, okay? And now it's time to stop collecting objects that comes from the sea, but it's time to go to the sea and become one with that sea, okay? Become one with your infinite self.
All right. Thank you. Well, I just want to say from everyone and from all the students in Chicago, the gratitude and thank you, and all of them, including me, are grateful to have this. It was amazing time for AQH level 1. We get together once and we practice. It was very good. Lots of questions though, but we'll figure them out eventually.
Okay.
So thank you. And one of the students, Carlos, is asking anything for him and about moving to mountains.
About moving to mountains?
Yes, mountains.
Ah, mountains. Oh, okay. The first thing that comes into my mind is sacred journey. The word sacred journey. I believe that you're clearly moving to a place where you had a past life, okay? And in this place, I believe that you're going to start to, what can I say, remember or go through a reawakening process of certain gifts and talents that you had in that past life. And I believe that it's related to the Indians of America, okay? So it's a calling of a place that is sacred for you. So what can I say? It will be good for you to do this journey, because through this journey, this journey would be, what can I say, a period of an important period of self-understanding of yourself, okay? And I can even hear the drums playing as well. The drums calling you from those mountains.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Thank you.
And smoke signals rising up from those mountains as well. It's as if that your old shaman self is calling you.
I think he is very open for it. It's a blessing. Anything for Sarah?
Anything?
Sarah? For Sarah.
Okay, what can I say? Don't worry about the materialistic perspective of life, okay? Because the more you worry, the more you're seeing things according to how the ego wants to see you, okay? Show you things. The fact is that when we live certain difficulties in life, we have the tendency to put glasses, a pair of glasses in front of our eyes, and that's the vision of the ego that shows us great mountains, while in reality, if we remove those glasses and trust our inner self, those mountains become little pebbles, okay? So what can I say? Don't worry about what others tell you, because others are just good in telling their own worries about certain things, but try to stay focused upon what you feel from within, okay? Where your soul is clearly telling you, don't worry, all will go for the best. You have all the resources that you need to go through this moment of your life. And the mountains are just pebbles. You are far bigger than, and what does this mean? That you are the mountain, and the circumstances of life are just little pebbles that you can just walk over. Okay.
There is a hello from Torino.
Yes.
And from Gabriela.
Ah, okay.
Message for Gabriela.
Message for Gabriela. I believe that Gabriela, I believe that you need to go for a journey, okay, to isolate yourself a bit from all the worries and from all the demanding issues of other people, okay? Because what can I say? You've been like, what can I say, like a castle assaulted by all external issues. People trying to push you in one direction or pull you in another direction, and you feel so assaulted by all the other ideas of other people. But what do you truly expect from yourself, okay? Try to find a period of peace for yourself, to have that authentic vision within yourself, okay? Clear your mind, clear the space of your mind from all those external issues, and try to have some time for yourself to connect yourself to your heart, okay? And that way you will have more clarity to make what is the right choice for you in life, okay? I believe that the main concern is the sentimental aspect of your life, of course, okay? But remember that you should learn to put yourself in front of other people in life, okay? If you truly want to be happy and be capable of helping other people. But it's a question of making people understand what you feel as well, instead of keeping all your emotions trapped within yourself. But of course, you need that clarity within yourself. You need a moment in which you need a moment for yourself, okay? Because you've been giving too much time for other people, and you've been permitting other people to take away your time as well. And that concerns even the sentimental perspective of your life as well, because you're a very sensible person. You give a lot of yourself, but you even have to manage your generosity even in an intelligent way as well, okay? Because it's time to make people understand that you need to be appreciated as well in life. You need to be respected as well, okay? So what can I say? It all goes down to taking care of yourself and making the right choices according to how to take care of yourself on sentimental level and even on physical level as well, okay?
Great, thank you so much. I believe those messages that you're giving to everyone personally, they are for all of us. There is a reason why we are together. Maybe not a big group, such a small group, but there is a reason why we are together here today. And those messages are for everyone. So whoever can listen to it's great messages. I really rely on all of them. Just want to share some of the plans with everyone. And of course, you guys should stay tuned for more information. But the plan is to go on with some online classes and courses. And the next one, or maybe the first one online, will be the quantum emotional balance, which is a massive topic.
Of course. Yes.
And it'll be online end of May. Not end of May. In May, we will offer it in May in 3 segments.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Yes, it'll be a couple hours each class.
Yeah.
You'll get all the information and manuals and even certification.
Yes,
but of course, everyone will get more information as soon as we have it.
Yes.
Well, we already have it. It's just a matter of time to put everything online, available for everyone.
Yes, of course. Well, I can say that quantum emotional balance has already been taught as a one-on-one class as well in Australia, and I've already experimented it even in Italy. But now I'm reproposing it again because it is a really beautiful online class, and it really makes us understand how to manage our emotions in the deepest of ways, in the most rapid way, and what can I say, with a new approach as well, because I'm talking about the combination of quantum physics and spirituality, of course. And what can I say, quantum emotional balance is a way to start to explore ourselves in a very, very deep way, and how to manage our emotions, okay? Because this is the first key, of course. If we really want to become, what can I say, spiritual healers, for an example, or holistic operators, I can't find the right word, but let's say spiritual healers, okay? Well, of course, we really have to start to understand ourselves initially, because it's not a question of just teaching a method and telling the person, do the method like this, this, and that. And if you do the method like this, you're okay and you're already a spiritual healer. No, it's a question of breaking down the person in all of his or her egoical aspects, okay? All the emotional aspects, and putting the person back to its original state, okay? But what does this mean? The first approach is knowing our emotions, okay? And getting to manage those emotions and to transform them in a fast and rapid way, and to create, through this method, what can I say, integrate through this method an effect that lasts for a lifetime, okay? An effect that keeps accompanying us for a lifetime in the end, okay? So it's not just a method that you do and you feel well and you feel in peace with yourself, and then after 1 week you're back to the chart, you're back to the blackboard again, okay? No, this method really unlocks our capability to go deep into the origins of our emotional issues and to change them for good in time, okay? Once we really get to master this method for ourselves and practice this method on other people, okay? And of course, what can I say? It's the combination of sacred geometry, the knowledge of our energetical points, and it's the combination of the frequencies of the angels, like that are filtered through the sacred geometry as frequencies, related frequencies, according to what type of emotion to change. Okay. So it's very simple. It's what can I say? It's a very advanced method, but it's very simple at the same time.
That's most important thing. So it's all simple and for everyone. One last question for today from Tracy again. And she is asking, are there any certain goddesses or angels I should work with during this time?
Yes, okay. The first thing that comes to my mind is Uriel. And why? Because it concerns your second chakra. It's a question of giving value to yourself, to your feminine part, okay? And putting out boundaries, okay? And boundaries that permits you to create your own sacred momentum in life, okay? To replenish yourself energetically from the universe, to regenerate yourself. But it's all a question of, what can I say, honoring your feminine part, okay? So I believe that Uriel can help you to, what can I say, reawaken your second chakra, which will help you to heal your feminine part that comes from your childhood and reawaken your creative power, give power to your creative self, okay? And the other, and Gabriel comes into my mind as well, because it's a question of forgiveness of the past for what concerns family issues, okay? Always related to your inner child that has then wounded your feminine, your sacred feminine, your feminine aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So Uriel and Gabriel are the two energies. Gabriel will help you with the heart. Okay, the heart chakra, and will help you with your emotions as well on the solar plexus. Will help you to clear out anger, trapped anger, okay, which has become resentment in time, which is playing up on your stomach and is playing up a bit on your kidneys a bit as well, okay?
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, all I can say that just being online, even being online with you and be around your energy and feeling your energy is already healing, at least for me. I'm sure it goes for many people, for those who are listening and who is going to listen in the future for the recording. Thank you so much. And I also want to share with everyone that Gian Carlo and Manuela will be here in Chicago at Sun Gates in June. And with more one-on-one and level 1 and level 2.
Yes.
And we are waiting and with all our open hearts.
Yes, and we can't wait.
Great, super. I guess it'll be it for tonight, for today. And thank you so much, Gian Carlo, for being with us and giving messages and channeling for everyone. So look forward to our next live event together.
And, yes, for the next live event, where will we be? In Dubai, I guess.
No, when you come back from Dubai, Dubai is restricted from everything.
Oh, that's true. Yes, yes. We'll be isolated there.
Yeah, it'll be in April. I guess April 18.
Yeah. Okay.
But we are together anyway. We are always always in our hearts and minds.
Okay. Thank you very much, and thank you for all of you who have attended this beautiful webinar. And for people who haven't attended, there's the recording, of course, and you may receive the link from Rita.
Right. Yes.
Of
course.
Okay. And goodbye in this case. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.